And I'm going to go right to the first question, which is Andrea from Raleigh. And she has a very good question. She says, I exercise heavily 4 times a week. Do I need to add some carbs into my diet? And if so, what type of carbs? So really like this question because, when I talk about low carb diets and ketogenic diets, there's kind of an assumption there that you're not doing any sort of heavy exercise. And it is true that over time, with restricting carbohydrate intake, that you can become adapted to that, to burning fat very efficiently and be able to exercise for extended periods of time while being on a ketogenic diet. So that is called keto adaptation, but it takes a while to achieve. And what I would say is, if you hadn't been on a low carb diet for a long time and you start exercising, ease into it. Your body is going to try to draw the glycogen stores from your muscles and your liver. That glycogen is glucose stored in your muscles and liver, and that's going to power some of the exercise. But eventually, it's like a gas tank. There's only a certain amount in there, and it gets, once it's full, you start emptying the tank, and once you've emptied it, you got to go to burning fat, right? And this is the moment where you may hit the wall exercising if you're not keto adapted. And so that's something to keep in mind. And what I find is that, when you do things like walking, this is not such a problem. Okay. You kind of peel through those glycogen stores, and then you get into this fat burning zone. But because the exercise is not intense, you're able to accommodate that, and it all goes good. But when you start adding in the high intensity stuff, the HIIT training, that sort of thing, right? The boot camp style classes, the heavy spin classes, that sort of thing. This is when you may run into a problem. And so the one time that I'll tell people that having some more carbs is okay is in this scenario right around the time of the exercise, either right before it starts and then right after it's over. See, right after it's over, what's going to happen is that you're going to restore, your body's going to want to restore that glycogen. So if you have a very slowly digesting carbohydrate, like a half of a green apple with a little bit of peanut butter on it, your body's going to take the sugar that's in there, and it's going to restore that as glycogen. It's not going to promote this fat storage response. So you don't need a lot, but it does kind of matter. And so if you're 5 times a week doing heavy exercise, you may find on those days you got to do, say, 50 or 75 grams of carbs in a day to be able to not feel totally gassed. And the key is don't go for like candy and soda pop and those sort of simply digesting sugary forms of carbs that are going to really skyrocket your blood sugar really quick and cause this really pronounced insulin response. Go for something, again, that's more slowly digesting, with like the half of the green apple with the peanut butter on it, something like that. That works a whole lot better. So excellent question from Andrea. It's really good.